3, 2, 1.
Gay. Alright guys, what's going on? Noah Brewer here, and today I got a guest, Ebenezer Frimpong. I actually just flew out to Columbus, Ohio to see him. We got this beautiful pet house with a nice view.
He loves it.
It's
He's
probably,
not-
it ain't
he's
gonna
not gonna go
focus,
back.
of course, because it's stupid. But yeah, so we want to talk about, because you see the title, you saw the title, right? $300,000 with a 40K ad spend,
Yep.
and it's not Facebook ads. So why don't you tell them exactly what you're doing?
Okay, so what is up, guys? Let me introduce myself, right? If you don't know who I am, my name is Ebenezer Frimpong. I do have a YouTube channel myself, but basically what I do is high-ticket dropshipping, but I actually do it completely different than what Noah does, right? Noah focuses on high-ticket products, what, $80 to $100
Yeah,
for Facebook ads.
honestly.
For Facebook ads, right? I do high-ticket dropshipping with Google ads, right? And my product actually costs $349, and I use Google Shopping ads, right? So what Google Shopping ads are is people go to Google and they type in a product that they're looking for, right? And when you do this, at the very top of that search, you should see products, and you'll see an image for it, a price for it, and you also see the shipping policy, return policy, right? Those are the highest converting ad types for Google, right? And that's what I do. Google Shopping ads, they're not super expensive, and what makes it completely different than Facebook is with Facebook, right? You guys have to test one product at a time, write copy, get a video for it. With Google Shopping, you don't do any of that. You set up your store, you install the Google Shopping app, right? And all you do is, all Google does is take your title and your product description, and it finds keywords related to your product, and when people type those keywords in, your product triggers, right? So Google generates those keywords for you, so it's super easy to set up, right? It's not as complex I wouldn't even say Facebook is super complex. All you're doing is creating a video, right, and writing copy, right? So that's basically what I do. I do high-ticket dropshipping with Google. Basically, me and Noah have the same mindset, right? Low-ticket products suck, right? You make more, you make more selling expensive products than selling low-ticket products. There's more margin, so you can spend more to acquire a customer.
Right. The one thing that I see people talking about Google ads, like when they talk about Facebook ads, the biggest thing is always the scalability, right?
Yeah.
Like it's easy to scale, right? Or it scales quicker, whatever you want to call it. But the thing that everybody talks about with Google ads, and one reason why I think you're able to get away with and see so much success, and correct me if I'm wrong, but people are searching for your product.
Exactly.
People are searching for this.
That's the biggest difference, because with Facebook, right, the key with Facebook mostly is impulse, right? People don't log onto Facebook and say, oh shit, I'm looking to buy a phone case today. No one goes to Facebook thinking that, right? They're going on Facebook to browse and see what their family and friends are doing. And the way it works is you have to interrupt their day with a great ass offer and say, whoa, you need this shit right now, right? That's how Facebook works. With Google, their credit card is already in their hand, and they're looking for that product, right? So whether it's people are going to Google with their credit card in hand and they type in the product, so when the product comes up, if that's what they're looking for, they click and then they buy.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's simple. Like pause this video. Go look up a product on Google. Like look up like a scooter, right? Just look up scooter. There's gonna be like little tabs that pop up on the top, tab. And it shows you the price, the store name, some little details, an image. That's what he's doing exactly. So, but I have a few questions for you, because there might be some people watching. You know that my channel is primarily about Facebook ads. I actually don't really talk about anything else. So this is a new thing, going into Google ads and seeing what you're doing. I just want to talk about it just in case anybody wanted to look into doing it. Whether you already have a higher ticket winning product and you want to try it, or if you just don't like Facebook ads for some reason and you want to commit to Google. So like let's say somebody is brand new in Google ads, like they have no clue how to set up their pixel, whatever you call it, the analytics code. No, like they literally know nothing. Like where would they go, or what should they do first, however you want to word it, to get started?
Okay, so the very first thing that you need to get started with Google, and one thing you actually need to understand with Google is you write your descriptions completely different than you would write your descriptions for Facebook, right? So that's where you start. Right? When people are writing products, were writing titles and product descriptions for Facebook products, they write it in a way where it's appealing. Versus on Google, what you need to understand is you need to write your title and describe the actual product, because that's where your keywords are, and that's what people are going to type in to look for. So to set up your Google AdWords account, your shopping campaign, you need a couple of different things, right? You need a Google AdWords account, you need a Google Merchant Center account, and you need a Google Analytics account. Google AdWords, you'll install, we have our own pixel, but it's not called a pixel, we call it a conversion tag. You'll need to install that in your Shopify store.
So you have all this stuff on your channel, right?
Yeah, I actually have all that stuff in my channel. Noah will drop the playlist on how to set up your Google AdWords Merchant Center, all the prep for running a shopping campaign. I'll have Noah put the playlist in the description for you guys.
Yeah, I'll do that. And also, Facebook has their ads policy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there has to be certain things on your store, and Google has that as well.
Yeah,
And it's actually fucked up because I tried to do Google ads for one of my stores, and they suspended my account. You know why? Because I made the contact us form. You need a contact us form. And I didn't put it on my actual website. I just had the page created.
Mm-hmm.
And they suspended my account. But one good thing is when Facebook disables your account, that's gone.
Yeah.
It's very, very difficult to get it back because they just have like a zero tolerance policy. Like if you break their policy, you're gone. Like you're disabled. But with Google, they actually reached out to me, like almost personally. It was automated, but it was almost personal, and said, "We see what you did. Fix it and come back, and we'll accept you." So they're a little bit more lenient, and I was like, "Damn, you know, that's that shiny ball syndrome." I was like, "Damn, there's so much more lenient here." But I mean, at the end of the day, there is a lot that goes into getting set up with Google Ads.
There's definitely a lot to set up, and Noah's definitely right. No, when you're setting up a Google shopping, when you're setting up your Google Merchant Center, because Merchant Center is where you store your product feed that Google will use to run your ads for you. They will actually check your store, right? So that's what happened. They checked Noah's store, they checked his Contact Us page and couldn't find it, right? And on your Contact Us page, Google wants a phone number, they want an email address, they want a mailing address, right? Google cares about their customers, but they also care about their advertisers. So let's say you make a mistake, you don't add a phone number to your page and they disapprove you. When you call them, and that's the difference with Facebook, right? When your Facebook ad account gets banned or whatever, gets blocked or whatever happens, it's very difficult to reach out to Facebook, right? It's actually a pain. Google has a direct customer service line that you can call.
They have a phone number.
Yeah, you can actually call them and say, "Hey, can you check my store? What did I do wrong?" They'll tell you, and then they'll stay on the phone for you as well as you fix it. Once you fix it, they review it and approve you, and you're good to go within 24 hours.
Yeah, that's very good. Like I was actually on the phone with them, and you could tell it was an Indian call center, but regardless, they got the job done.
Yeah.
You know, and I wish that you could do that with Facebook. Like Zuck, if you're watching this, we need a call center. That's what we need. Yeah. But I wanna dive into so 40K ad spend in Google Ads. And you got 300K back. That was over the span of this year.
That's the span of this year.
So that's the span of this year, and your product is $100 margin.
It's $150 margin.
So there's a lower tier and a bigger tier, right?
Yeah. So the product itself costs $349, but my high end version of it is $550, right? And the $350, I make $150 profit with that product, right? But what you need to understand with Google is, well, with high ticket in Google, just because you have a higher margin does not mean your cost of purchase is going to be cheap, right? That's what you need to understand right there and then.
That's okay though.
Yeah, it's okay. It's definitely okay, right? You just need to understand that, and you're only selling a few products a day, right? It's not like low ticket where when you see someone post a screenshot and they're like, "Oh, I did 1,000 orders today," right? That product probably costs anywhere from $15 to $24.
Which is still fat, like 1,000 orders.
Yeah, that's a shit ton of orders that you have to process, right? With high ticket, you're only processing a couple orders a day, and you can do it yourself, right? It's not,
and that's $1,000 a day. Like,
yeah, and that's crazy.
Yo, 3 sales on your lowest product is $1,100
Exactly. And one of my mentees, right, one student that I have, he's actually right here in Cleveland, Ohio. He's doing $1,000 a day, but he's only selling one product a day. That's fucking insane.
So his product is $1,000.
Yeah, it's $1,049, $1,049. He sells one a day, right? And this week is where we're actually going to start, scaling his store up and start remarketing. Facebook, you guys call it retargeting. We call it remarketing. Right?
Whatever.
So that's what we're going to start doing. But yeah, he's selling one product a day. And it's $1,000, and he's hitting $1,000 a day. There's not much headache. You're only dealing with one customer versus, on a low ticket product, you're dealing with 1,000 customers who are going to complain about, shipping times. They always do it, even though your store says this shit would take 12 to 20 days. They always complain about shipping times. Here, with high ticket, our suppliers are right here in the U.S., right? We have supplier agreements, so our suppliers ship products within 3 to 7 business days. Customers get it really quickly.
I'm gonna probably show us a couple screenshots on the screen just to prove it, so that he's the real deal. But let's give people an idea. So you have a margin of 150 on your lowest product, and the margin is 200 on the $500 product.
On the 500 product, it's around 250 as well.
So it's around 250. What is your average cost per customer? Cost per acquisition.
Average cost per customer cost per conversion is around $28.
Yeah, and that translates to cost per purchase.
Yeah.
So
you guys say everything so differently.
But that's like a $30 cost per purchase or 28 on a $100 margin, which is ridiculous. So what's the problem with that? Because there's always pros and cons. Like you've done 300K with 40K spent. If you were to do that on Facebook, like if you were getting a $30 CPP on Facebook on a $100 margin, you wouldn't do a 300K in a year. You would do $1 million. So what's the limiting factor?
So the limiting factor here on Google is you're capped off, right? So let's say if there's only 5,000 people searching for your product, you cannot go anywhere else. There's only 5,000 people looking for your product, right? Versus Facebook, where if you're selling a phone case, let's say you're selling a phone case, right, and it does really well, all you have to do is show it to more people, right? Google, we don't have that. I can't force my product down anyone's throat, right? I don't have room to scale. I wouldn't put it that way, but if there's only 5,000 people looking for my product, I also have competitors, right? So I can't break past that ceiling. Yeah. Right? That's the biggest con with Google, right?
But there's more than 5,000.
Yeah,
that's just an example number.
Yeah, that's just an example.
But I'm just saying there's pros and cons to everything, right? Like with Facebook ads, most of the time you're not gonna get a $30 cost per purchase on a $100 margin. Like you're just not. That's unrealistic. The best cost per purchase I've seen that's actually consistent is like a $35 cost per purchase on like an $80 margin, which is actually realistic for Facebook ads. But with Facebook, you're gonna spend a bit more, but there's a lot more people. But with Google ads, you're kind of limited, but it's not limiting. So do you have videos on your channel, or would you upload a video where you talk about choosing a niche that has the capacity big enough to hit the numbers that you want to hit?
Definitely. I started a high ticket series on my channel that I'm definitely going to add more content to and make videos on how to find the best products for Google, right? That will allow you to scale. So that's definitely something I will upload on my channel and make it available for you guys to take a look at and choose the right products.
I mean, I wanted to put this out because, I'm doing a few videos with Ebenezer for his audience, talking about Facebook ads. And of course, we're doing some talking about Google ads. And we're going to be working together. We're partnering on a store right now. So we're going to be pushing some numbers as well soon. But, I mean, as it goes, the numbers on Google ads are very good, right? But we were just talking about this in your video, that you're going to see the most success wherever you put your focus.
Yeah.
And so like, I'm basically saying, if you want to focus on Facebook ads and get really, really good at Facebook ads,
stick to that.
Stick to Facebook ads. But because dude, I know for a fact there's people on my channel that want to do Google ads, and also there are people who already have a winning product on Facebook ads, and they want to be omnipresent. Like they want to move it to Google ads. and test it there. And I have a few people in mind, and they know who they are. Go check out Ebenezer's channel. If you're new to drop shipping and you want to get into Google Ads, check out Ebenezer's channel because his videos are quality. He's like the Noah Brewer for Google Ads, right? And if you have a winning product and you want to be omnipresent, look, people are seeing your ad on Facebook and looking it up on Google.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Yeah,
And the stores that I've grown to, multi six figures, if you look at Google Trends, it actually goes up.
Yep.
Because people are literally searching it. And it kind of like it's a trending product, right? So people are capitalizing on that. So if you have a winning product and you want to be omnipresent and make the most money out of your audiences, then go check them out because Google Ads can definitely increase your profits a lot.
Yeah, it's really a hidden traffic source because a lot of people actually don't think of Google when they get into e-commerce, right? Because everyone's talking about Facebook ads.
Yeah, everybody's
right?
influencers, Facebook ads.
Yeah, so that's where everyone goes. A lot of people actually don't know the power of Google at all, right? Fortunately for me, that's how I got started. When I got started, I didn't even know you could run ads on Facebook, right? So that's why I stuck with Google, right? But definitely, if you do have a winning product on Google, on Facebook, the thing is, if your product is doing really well on Facebook, people do search for that product. When people visit your site and don't buy, later down the road, they're like, maybe I wanted that product, but maybe they can't remember your store name, right? Then they go over to Google and buy it from someone else, right? So being there is definitely going to increase your revenue as well.
Dude, that's actually interesting because I'm thinking about being on the other side of that because there are very saturated products out there where you know that they're working on Facebook. Like there's a dude who's just crushing it. Like AliExpress is pushing 1,000 orders a day, 100 orders a day, whatever. But you test it on Facebook and it doesn't work. Like the product is just way too saturated. It doesn't sell good enough. But I've been seeing some people doing Google ads for those very saturated products. One example is like those I love you necklace things. Like those are doing very good on Facebook and on influencers. So other people are spending money getting people to know what these things are, and then you go on Google and you run an ad with the Google Shopping so that when they go and Google it, you steal their customer. Is that a good idea?
That's a good idea, but and here's the thing though, right? With those type of products, for example, the I Love You product, I know exactly the product he's talking about. The I Love You necklace where you shine the light through, right? That product, you shine the light through and it says I love you.
Yeah, there's a few different ones.
Right, that product actually does not have a lot of search volume on Google. You can still make some sales from it, but you're not gonna hit $1,000 a day with that product on Google. It's not gonna happen. There's not a lot of people search. There's people search. I think there's between 200.
There's a good amount of volume.
Right, 200 to 500 people searching for it every single month, right? And you'll get a few sales from it, but it's not scalable on Google, if that makes sense. Right, Google Shopping for low ticket products is all about going horizontal. You need a bunch of different products essentially to hit your $1,000 a day goal, right? You can hit it with one product if that product is really trending. There's a lot of search volume for it, right? Especially during this season, you could definitely find a product that's skyrocketing that has a ton of search volume, and you could definitely go to Google and crush it.
Alright guys, that's it for this video, but like I said, I'm going to put Ebenezer's channel or a specific playlist that he wanted me to put. It's going to be right in the description. But yeah, as for this video, this is Noah Brewer, it's Ebenezer Frimpong, and we're out. Peace!
Peace!